So we have basically our application, which is called main. I don't know where my cursor is. Wait for it to load first. And then we have a bunch of all the scripts, but then that's a landing page. And then the first thing, these are all I have a ribbon style set up where these are all the pages you can access. Then the first thing you have is the flowchart, which is pretty much the PDF that USF has. Yeah. Same format. I have all the prerequisites connecting each other. Like you can scroll across, and then you can scroll down as well. First things, and then you can always click on the class. You can see what type of class it is, what the prerequisites are, description. You can check that for every class. Then some classes have you can take either for calculus. You have engineering calculus and then just regular calculus. So you can click on it. It pops up. And you can again see all the information. That's how I have most of these set up. But then when we get to here, where we have different tracks, right? So you have to take 4 tracks, 4 core electives. You can click on it, it'll expand.
Silence!
Thank you. There are few stations in the next room because we are out of outlet, so students actually setting their station in the next room, 127. Don't forget to visit.
Is that just games in there?
I do not know.
Okay, yeah, and then again, you can double click it, it'll show up all. This will work for all of these. The next thing I have is the semester by semester planner. I also have the graduation requirements. Once you add your courses, this will keep updating. But I can show you an example, just adding a course. Give it a moment.
And as they are right now, they'll just be in here as planned, which is why they're highlighted. What's the number? But this shows modules that you want to
So I have a list of all. This is listing all the courses, right? And you can basically if I select any course Lab 1, that obviously has System 1 as a prerequisite. It will tell you that you need this prerequisite. You can still add it,
and then it should be.
And then it will just add it here. You can click on it again. It will show you all the
transcripts
description again.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. For now, again, you can also change the status here. You can go mark is completed, in progress if you're taking the class, and then again remove from I'm going to keep it like this, but we're going to come back to this. And then I have the course catalog where you can search by you can just type in
It's only a little difficult because we're trying to get something.
It'll just filter everything out. Or if I go just chemistry, right? It'll just filter here. You can also filter just by subject here. So again, the same thing will happen here, but this will only take the code the CHM, MBC.
Yeah, I get you.
Okay. Then I have types or I have it's
let's say
so core is basically the type of class which are these the gen ed classes, and then
Did you do the Microsoft thing?
I also have the core elective. I think it just scans all anything that has code in it.
Yeah.
But then you can also filter by the number of credits here. Next thing we have is our advising checklist where you can answer. Let's say, are you in upper division?
None of them are going to work.
Your first six, yes. You can fill it out, export to PDF, but then when you go to make an appointment, you can upload this document.
Throw mine
or any resources. You have a bunch of links. You have
or wherever you get
contact information for a bunch of professors. Because sometimes you might need to contact the professor to get to get their permission. I've had it where I needed to get into a class, but I didn't have a prerequisite. So Yusuf told me hey, contact the professor, and if he says yes, then you can enroll in the class. So you can always access the information. This is honestly the biggest part where you kind of upload your transcript. Let me see.
So the transcript is going to be running.
What's Adrian's?
Right, so we have a transcript.
Which is Adrian Gonzalez.
Once I open, it'll say process transcript. These are the courses found. Total credits, GPA.
Okay, print this
I honestly don't know why it gives an error, but it'll bring you to this page where it will list all the classes you've taken, place, credits, grade. But then once you go back to the planner, it'll automatically add it and then set it to like where if it's green, so obviously completing.
Click on more settings.
And then yellow is like
Make sure you turn off
summer 2025. Like it'll like on the transcript it shows in progress, but on transcript it shows in progress. That's why these are yellow, and then it'll automatically update like hey, you have taken this many elective credits. You need to get to 43. This many credits you've total taken out of 128. At least that's what it is for CE. But then if you want to plan ahead as well, you can add the semester first, add a course again, go through the list. You can add your own courses. It's not that refined, but for now it gets the job done for me. And then once you have everything done, you can also get exported to PDF. So let's say if I just say planner, save it to PDF.
The newest one, is that it?
And then go back here.
What did it say?
I'm not sure where it went.
You know, I haven't. Maybe the laptop.
It's in the documents somewhere.
Yeah, but I'm not sure which folder it went to because I think.
It's looking.
There you go.
It's just working out. Okay, it went to a different folder for some reason.
I mean, you could copy and paste the file path.
Yeah,
where it
but
is.
let me just show you. Okay, went to a different folder. Full screen this. But yeah, it'll show you've taken this classes this semester one, this many credits. It'll give you like kind of like a table based, and again, status in progress. If you had classes, like if I added classes that I plan to take, it'll show up as planned. And then for right now, because I didn't add any courses to spring 2026, it shows no courses. Then again, it'll show you have taken these classes, and that's how many credits you have. And
I just closed it over.
that's pretty much it for our folder, our program.
Thank you. I have a question. Do any of the links work when you use the resources?
Oh yeah, they all work. I can show you. Yeah, like you can speak with an advisor.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
all of them work. Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks. Have a good one.
Thank you.
David! It's not moving.
It's not what?
Not moving on the
What's not moving?
The trackpad? It's frozen? What are you doing?
You just gave me your laptop.
Damn. I'm like, this program works perfectly when I'm using it.
I think this was made for the video game thing.
Try turning it back off and back on.
All right. Well, so this is right here. You can see our exe file and under 10. What's it? So right here would be the exe file and the map file for you to download these on your computers. For this, we're running as an administrator. But so those are just games. I did extra over those are just games. Okay. All right. Well, so once you open, so
Yeah.
here's our
Which is
exe
Team 12.
download app files.
Yeah.
So
All right. So
it's easier to run it as
all
administrator.
basically these are all our files. We have another folder for documents, user manual, everything. We have a README file down here. But the main thing is the application itself.
You did it in Python?
Yeah. I use Tkinter mostly for the UI setup, but Yeah, so that's our landing page. I have a ribbon style set up where these are all our like pages you can access in our program, right? First thing, the most important thing is the flow chart that you have to kind of like, this is the advanced flow chart that you have to make. This is the same, pretty much I copied like how the USF currently has it, like the PDF file.
And if I don't want to
use
go
the
to
same,
I could search.
and then I have like these lines show like prerequisites, core requisites. Dash line with an arrow means core prerequisite, so you can and then now you can, if I click on a course box, pulls up all the information like credits, foundations. This has 0 credits, so like 0. It has a type. I set it as core. Core is basically all like the gen ed classes you have to take at the beginning, description, and then but some of our classes like for like calculus you have engineering calculus and then calculus 1. Like you can take either or. So the way I have it set up is like if I click on one of those boxes, it will expand things. Well, you have these options. Yeah. So if I click on it again, right, it'll again pull up all the information. I don't think this is like exactly from the website, but
I got a question.
Go ahead.
If I were a student, well, I'm a student, but as a student, how I use this application, like it's like just to visualize.
And then also in this window,
I
you
have
can be able
to
to
make the grades, or I have to
fill out.
This, my question is: this application receive an input from my user?
Yeah. I'm getting to it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is just to see like. This is the general course that you're going to be taking over like 4 years, 4.5 years. Then next thing we have is our planner, where you have the graduation requirement. Once you're upper level, you have to take like 43 credits of elective. The total degree is like 128, and then you can add your semesters as many as you want. Like this is your planner, the way you want to take classes. Okay. Then I can click on add course. I'll pop this up where it'll list like all the courses that are basically in the database kind of I made, right? But then I can show you. I can like add a class. Let's say I'm adding like Gen Chem lab, right? Currently this has no prerequisites. I'm gonna use a better example. I can add another class. Let's see, Gen Chem 1, right? On the website, you need to have at least one of the following prerequisites. Yeah, you can still choose to add it to the class. Thank you, Dr. John.
Now, when I go back to here, I go to.
It'll ask you if you still want to add this to your planner. You can click yes, and then it'll add it. Another thing you can do here, if you right click or double click on the trackpad, you can change the status. So mark as completed, it will change to green. Mark as in progress, it'll change to like yellow, and then again you can go back to And then another thing, like if you later on you change your mind, right? Remove from the semester. Okay. Again.
And this application is able like to plan your
for now we don't have the week at a glance.
So you don't work with CRMs?
Yeah, not right now. This is just like to help you plan out.
Very cool.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna leave this like this. We're gonna come back. There's more to this. Okay. This is next tab is we have our course catalog, basically the database of all the classes that we have. You can search it. So if I just go chemistry, it'll just list all the chemistry classes or whatever like this term has. I can even add numbers like 4423. These are the 2 codes. Then you can even like put the code here like let's say MAC. So list all the classes with that code. Type, as I said, core. Core will list all like your core classes that you have to take, also core electives, and then you can also filter by like the number of credits here right now. Okay. Then it'll list. This is just basically our catalog. You can see here. Another thing you can do from here, you can access like the information from here. Okay. One more interesting thing, you can add classes to your planner right from here. So if I go add to planner, I don't know why it shows that error, but it still adds it. If I go back to Planner, you can see it. It gets added here. I'm gonna go back to moving it. That's pretty much our catalog. Next thing is their advising checklist, where they'll just ask you a bunch of questions like, are you in upper divisions? Because if you're lower level, you'll be sent to you have to go to general engineering. But if you're upper level, you have Dr. Yusol or Amy. You can select this. Yes. Let's say I go, is this your first semester? Let's say. And then it will ask you a bunch of questions. You can fill it out yourself and then export to PDF, send it to Dr. Yusol so he knows exactly what you're looking for. Okay. Then next thing we have is our resources. Bunch of links. All links. Again, I'll just show you one. I click on it. All of them work. So it'll bring you to here. Okay. Next thing, this is my favorite part of the whole thing, where click on upload. You can upload your own transcript, right? And it will go, hey, successfully processed transcript. I found in this transcript, we found 36, your grade, overall GPA, total credits, okay? Once you're done with that, I don't know why it shows the error, but it works, okay? Once I go back to Planner, if I want to auto-populate itself, it will change the status on its own. And then, because, again, spring, we're in the spring semester, we're taking these classes. Summer, he's registered for classes, but it's still in progress, so it's still yellow. Now, what you can do, you can add your own semesters, you can add courses, right? You can add bioelectricity. And then, once you're done with your plan, you can make a PDF file, and then you can save. I already have an example, which I'm gonna show you later. Okay. And then basically you'll see this in a tabular format, so it's easier to see as well. Last thing is the view transcript. It will show again all the courses
from the PDF.
Yeah, from your transcript. All the courses, grades, where you took it as well. So let's say if you're a transfer student, it'll still show it'll say you took it at a different institution. Going back, let me see if I can find the link that I checked for documentation. And then this is pretty much how it looks. When you export your planner, right? Semester 1, these are the classes, the status of the class. And if you keep going, it'll show in progress here. And then again, registered classes, it still shows in progress because that's how the transcript has it. Then because I didn't add any classes to Spring 2026 in the planner, it says no courses planned. But then if you add a class, same table, but the status will just say planned. And again, total credits you've taken, you need to get to 128 for EE, and then you have to meet the 43 credits requirement. And go back, let me see if we have anything else. Yeah, that should pretty much. This is group what? This is group 12.
Very good job.
Another thing in the planner, I guess I forgot to say, is it'll also show how many credits you're taking in that semester. So it'll add up all the credits, 11. Adding all the credits, it'll tell you how much you're taking.
So you want to email Dr. Ismail. So you can contact
Any questions?
or email at so they can just directly go about that. In this section, you're able to change your starting year being 2020, whatever you want it. Right now it's just 2022. And you can upload a transcript. So I'm uploading this Run Me one.
Are you
It
there?
says process all that, but this is the file that I sent. So all those classes and grades that I just sent in will be then reflected in my track fulfillment, track progress, and then I get all those completed. And
I do not. Probably in the what happens?
I just want to make sure this shit's recorded.
So then, in
I
there,
can't tell. I don't know how to work this.
He's using OBS. I can't tell you.
summary, put them out,
Even if it isn't,
and then
start using your phone.
so this shows obviously what
Just
I'm
in case.
what I also pre-defined. So obviously colors are different things. And then the class schedule. same drop down, you pick your one fall, you get your classes.
Which is your team number?
Number 9.
Yeah. Team 10. No problem, thank you.
Let me know when you send
Thank you. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna reopen this for you. I'm Team 10. I'm coming.
Of course. Of course you're coming.
Alright, so this is
What's up? I mean, you pretty much know my secrets, but like,
What's your team?
12.
and on this we're gonna run it.
Yeah, 95%.
Yeah, it was. It's just a lot of menus.
I don't like how they made
And then you see like tracks, course catalogs.
That's pretty easy to use. I only have like 5.
No, it's still easy to use. That's why I gave it menu 5. I feel like it could have been like condensed a little bit,
This is where you do
I mean,
but it was.
how detailed
Huh?
how detailed you want me to go?
Bro, you already gave me the detailed version. Just give me what you would do.
Okay, I'll show you what I've changed, okay? From the last time I showed it to you. Alright?
show you
So,
what it looks like.
we have, I'll just show you a bunch of documentation. README file. Main thing, application.
and this is where you
Gotta wait.
add it to your planner. Yeah, your
Computer
schedule.
problem, not,
So-
not the program.
Yeah,
Let's
just
say
the Pi
this
has a
is a long
computer
list. I don't know
problem
what
too.
I know, I've heard. Alright. My landing page. You've seen this already, right?
Let's just say
First
I
thing,
wanted
flowchart.
0.
search
Okay.
year one fall,
What the fuck up?
3 credits.
Alright.
Then
Okay.
I get
This is basically the PDF we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12. You can get
I'm just
out.
gonna add a couple.
You've seen this shit, right?
I don't have any prerequisites. You're also taking like a prerequisites when you're like actually defining like what
Okay.
So
I'll go back to the
just a
start
couple
for
classes
him.
for now.
Alright, so
So then I go to track.
our program landing page, basically you launch the application, this is the first thing you see. First thing we have is the flowchart. Basically the flowchart, the USFP, the PDF that they give you. Same part, like every course is in the same place as it is. The course lines, the course lines go the same way. The thing I've added to it is it's interactive. So what I can do, I can click on a class, and down here it'll give me the credits, the type of class. So like if it says core, it's like the gen ed classes you have to take. Okay. And then some on the PDF, like in engineering, you have like engineering calculus and then regular calculus, right? So if that's the case, right, you can click on the box. It'll say you have to take. You can take either one of those, right? I can again click on them. It'll display everything. Another thing I have, as we know, you have to take 4 of the 6 cores. So if you click on this box, it'll list out all the core electives you can take. Again, you can click on any box, and then it will give you everything. One more thing I want to show on this page is track electives, right? I can click on this, it'll list all the tracks. Click on track 1, it'll only show me classes from that track. And then everything like the same for all of these. You can like filter by track on this thing. Next thing we have is our planner, which basically this is what you will mostly use. Like if you were using this application, you will use this to plan basically how your semester is going to go, how many classes you're going to take. Then what you can do,
Let's just say
you can add your own semester, however many you want. We can add a course.
contact.
Let's say I want to add general chemistry, right? If I click add course, it'll show me like, hey, you need to take one of these classes as prerequisites before you can take this class. It'll give you a warning. right? You can still, it'll still let you add the course just to see. Right? Another thing I can do here, if I click on this again, it'll again bring up all this information.
This is the PDF.
Another thing you can do, double right click or double click on the trackpad. You can change the status as yourself. For now, you can change it yourself as mark is completed or mark is in progress. It'll change to yellow. If you want to go back to mark is not taken, like if you haven't taken it, it just goes back to gray. Another thing you can do from this is remove from semester. Okay. For now, and then actually, then we also have graduation requirements. Once you keep adding everything, this will get updated on its own. Where like it'll tell you you still need, you have taken this many credits, and then you've taken this many elective credits. Like you still need to take this many, a little more like credits. For now, I'm gonna leave it like this, but we're gonna come back. Next thing we have is our course catalog, which lists all your courses all in one place. Okay, you can
you search the course name, like just the name?
I mistyped it, but yeah, I can search it by course name. I can search it by code. I can search it by just the number. I have
like an example.
This is like the most appealing one so far.
Thank you, man. We can also like filter by like the type of class. If I just say elective, it will pull up all the electives, the lab electives. I can filter by credits as well. If I just go 1, all the labs, right? I don't think we have any 2 credits, but it's just there in the drop down. It's just 3. They only show 3 and elective. One more thing you can do from this page is I can double click. Again, pull up all the information. Another thing you can do from here, you can add the classes directly from here that you see to the back to the plan. I honestly don't know why this error pops up, but it'll still let me add. If I go back to the planner, you'll see it'll let me add. I remove from semester for now. We're gonna come back. Then we have the pre-advising checklist for the next thing. You can answer a bunch of questions just to make it easier for Dr. Yusol or your advisor, right? And then you can export it as PDF, email it to Dr. Yusol when you make an appointment. Then we have all the resources. All these links work. Click on a link just for an example. You're brought to the page. Next thing, my favorite part, you can upload your own transcript. Okay? Let me actually change the folder, but let's just use this transcript. I open this, right? It'll tell you the transcript has been processed. It found this many courses in, like for this specific transcript, it found 35. Overall GPA, total credits you've taken. Again, I honestly have no clue, but it still works. But it will show you all the classes in a list format that you've taken on your transcript. But the other thing it'll do is if you go back to the planner, it'll add in everything automatically that you've taken. It'll also on its own change the status, right? If it's green, already you've taken it, completed class. Scroll over. Spring 2025, current classes, so in progress, yellow. The way unofficial transcripts work, right? If you look at your own unofficial transcript, if you look at summer 2025, it'll show in progress on the transcript. That's why it is yellow, but you haven't taken it. Now from here on out, you can add a semester yourself, add a course. You can add any course from the entire list. Let's say I had power systems too. Right, it gets added, gray box again, same thing. You can change it. Again, list of course. This, as soon as I upload the transcript, this graduation requirements updates itself. It shows you you've taken 92 of 128 credits, right? It's showing you 38 of 43, you still need 5 credits. So 2 classes basically. Last thing in our program we can do is export to PDF. If I export, if I go planner, right? But I'll just name it planner. So in progress, it'll say your plan has been exported. It won't directly export in this format. Unfortunately, it's really hard to get in that format. But go back to where I saved they
that
pull it
if we had like a
up.
full schedule, this is
That's how it's listed, right? Course, that's your first semester. You scroll all the way down, like it'll show the status and the number of credits. But then the thing that changes in progress classes, spring 2025, right? In progress, again, registered class, it shows in progress. That's how the unofficial transcript is. But then I added a course that I plan to take in spring 2026. It'll show plan. Last thing, this will show total credits. You need to have more total credits. You need more elective credits. It'll tell you.
So if you had satisfied one of those, it's gone.
Yeah, it is gone. Okay. How about this, right?
Good job, buddy.
I know.
I'm proud of you.
Like, let me add like 2 random like courses, okay?
It says process all those classes. This is the transcript I just had.
You see?
So,
Okay, that requirement went away, and then I can, if I export it, I'm gonna replace the file. Honestly,
so then,
I know. I'm gonna replace it.
and I go to track check
12.
progress. And now you can see a lot
If I launch the planner again, I don't know. Okay, it didn't update it. Hold on.
Same idea here. From there, I would be able to look at semester summary, how many credits I've taken each semester, all the way down. And then we got the chart that
hold on.
shows you this, all this green part is what I basically if it has the grade is what I uploaded, and if it doesn't, it's what I just kind of threw in. You can load up change the number.
Okay.
And then class schedule, same
So I launched the same. It'll also update. Yeah, that the red warning is gone. But yeah, that's the last thing we have on our program. That's pretty much how
I mean, it didn't
you can always add more semesters. You can keep adding more semesters. Remove a semester and it'll remove the last semester.
which is why it's totally shocking.
That's it. That's it. Thank you.
But
Any questions?
yeah, and then you can also
12.
you done? You can update.
Right. Thank you. My turn.
Welcome. Thank you. Read it.
All right, I heard you have the best app.
Really?
That's what I heard.
That's good to hear then. Okay.
So I made that up. So go ahead.
After this, that'll be true.
All right.
Okay. All our programs, Python files here. We have a bunch of documents, like a transcript, like a testing document. We have like we created for like how to use the file. We have how we function the file.
User manual?
Yeah, we have the user manual down here. Like it'll tell you everything about our program in here, but right now I'm the user manual, so I'll just go back to this. Go back. So we have for now I have it as application. We can run the application. This is the computer thing.
You're running on the web?
Not right now. We haven't been able to like do it on the web, but this is the landing page. First thing we have is a flowchart. It's the same flowchart we have on the website. Everything's the same. Everything's layout the same all the way. You can scroll down. Over. The thing we've added is we made this interactive. So if I click on a course, it'll pull up all the information.
Where is it looking for that information?
So I've made my own database. Like I can show you that this is all the database. Like all the classes.
So you sat down and typed this in?
Copy paste from the website. Yeah. From the catalog on our website. Yeah. So we have. I want to say about.
Do you know how to look this up? Go in there. Go on the web. Go on the web. So Google USF course inventory.
All your general classes plus your tracks and this area. So then you can go on the course catalog.
Alright, so this is where all the official courses are listed. Okay, so
Yeah.
just type in the prefix EEL.
I don't know what
And at the bottom just say search.
I don't blame you.
Scroll down a little.
Search,
There you
you're able to
go.
find that.
Yeah.
Let's just say I don't
The
know,
way I pretty much got all the information was USF.
Yeah, they should be linked to this.
Yeah. For now, because I don't think.
Well, I haven't seen anybody do it yet. I haven't seen anybody read the information online live.
Oh, it's not reading the information. I copy pasted. I made my own database. Yeah, it's like
for this to be sort of fully automated, you should be able to look it up in. Anyway, go ahead. Go back to your app. I just
the way I've done it, like if I click here, it gives me this is where I copy paste it.
But work. Manual label.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then some of the classes are like we can take engineering, calculus, and calculus. If I click on it, it'll expand. I can again open up the course information. We go across here, core elective. If I click on it, it'll list all the core electives I can take. Again,
what happens if you already took electronics? Does it fill it in?
On the next tab, not here. This is just to show like the course layout. Yeah, on the next tab where I can go here. This is our planner to help you kind of like plan, right? So we have the graduation requirements, total number of credits, elective credits you have to take. You can add your own semester. If you have click add course, it'll list all the courses. I haven't added like the search functionality to my connected to database.
What about if you put, for example, chemistry 2 in semester 1 and chemistry 1 in semester 2? Does it catch any clear errors?
It'll list it. It'll warn you that hey, you haven't taken it. Because now we're not because our program doesn't like register directly to the class, right?
It's a planner.
Yeah, it's a planner, but but it'll tell you like you have to take at least one for chemistry 1.
But you can enter it there. It raises a flag, but if you want to add it,
I can. Yeah, okay. It'll still add it.
Okay.
Here again, I can click it to see basic description, prerequisites. Another thing you can do here is you can change the status. If I've already taken, if you want to manually add all the classes, I can change this mark as not taken. In progress, it'll change to yellow. So I can remove it again as well.
Can you save this so you can use it next semester updated and the next semester updated? Okay.
So if you want to update this automatically, you can go upload your own transcript. I'm just going to use one of our like group members' transcripts. It will tell you it found 35 courses, your overall GPA 12 credits. I honestly don't know why this error pops up. I didn't have time to fix it, but it'll list all the classes you've taken. If you're a transfer student, it'll tell you where it was taken at as well.
So this one is reading your transcript?
Yeah, this one's reading my transcript, but it doesn't end there. If I go back to my planner, it'll list it'll automatically populate the planner. Like you've taken, this is green, that means you've already taken the class.
But it shouldn't let you add courses here, because that's in the past.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually didn't think that. That's something I had to think. But then if you go here, string 2025, yellow is in progress. The way our unofficial transcript has it, basically, it shows in progress for the transcript. So these are the classes currently registered for the fall 2025, summer 25. And then once you upload your transcript, it'll also update this. Like you've taken this many credits.
Is that your transcript?
This is not my transcript. This is one of my group members. And then it'll say you've taken 35 or 43 elective credits. And these are all the classes that are counting towards it. That'll show. And once you meet the requirements, the first line that says need more elective credits, it'll go. Then one more thing before I move on to saving this, what I want to show is I can come in here, right, course catalog, I can search, let's say, let me search like a class that he hasn't taken. I think I know which one I can do. I can search by course name in this box, or if I want just EEL, if I type, it'll list all the EEL courses, triple E as well. But if I go, I know which one I want to like use an example for, because intro to another Dr. Young's class. I can double click here. It'll list all, but for now, there's not much of a description online I can find. But from here, what I can do for any of the classes, I can add. This should, again, as you said, it should update, but let's say if I add semester 8, add the planner, I go back, it'll say, has been added to semester 8, I go back to planner.
Wait, she wants mine? I'm not reading.
That's on semester number 8.
I made it in the past though, right?
Yeah, I have to change
okay,
it.
that's
Yeah. We also have something to help out Dr. Yusuf, where you can fill out like a bunch of questionnaire. Where the first one was, are you in upper level? So I can only go to Dr. Yusuf from upper level. If this is my first semester as an upper level, a bunch of questions. I can also export this to PDF, and I can basically send this to Dr. Yusuf, like he knows where I'm at. Another tab we have is resources. If I want to, there's a bunch of links. They all work. The first one was basically speak with an advisor, where it'll take you to the website. And then the last thing we have is I can export this into PDF format. It won't look exactly like this, but it'll be similar. I'll just name it like plan because I've done a bunch of them. Plan and exported to PDF successfully. I go back. This is where I have it saved for now. It'll list first semester I did this, fall 22, spring 23, summer 23. It needs to be better formatted, but yeah. And then I can go all the way at the end. It'll also show the requirement status. I want to show another thing where I've added. I went in the planner here basically, right? Went in here. I can add my own semester. I can add a course, right? Let's say if I go MEMS 1, add course, it'll add itself here. I have an example PDF saved which is this one.
Go back to your planner. So if you go here and you click on add a course, does that list include all the courses you already took?
No.
So all the courses that are green or orange,
these
whatever.
green or orange, yellow, it won't list them. Yeah, they're both yellow.
Okay.
I'll show you an example where I've already saved it. So it is this one where I added classes, but all the way down here. Where it'll say the status is like planned, that means I've added that I want to take this class. The status is in progress. And then in this particular example, I've met the lecture requirements. If I didn't meet those requirements, it'll have in red, it'll say need more elective credits. So for now, for what I've planned, I meet all the requirements. I have like 44 credits for my plan.
Oh, that's yours. That's
Yes. Yeah, for that.
What about, does it look at the schedule to see when the course is available?
For now, I haven't added that because like the schedule changes, but in the future.
What's your group number?
12.
12?
Yeah. What did you think out of all of them?
Almost the best one.
Almost?
This was the
What?
so now going you'll be able to see your academic plan and then see this one
With the Parakeet
He said almost the best one. Wait, what?
semester summary.
I don't know. He didn't say. He can't tell right now.
Wait, you said almost the best one?
He's seen like 4 of them. He saw like 9, 11, 12, 13. That's the class. Like he's seen.
Gotta go. And if you
He's seen 4 of them. Yeah.
you would see that you would see fall 2022.
I thought you were supposed to be
That's why
done.
He said he was done.
but right at the starting year, so it's going to show me all these classes at the very beginning. But mix it in, and then the select semester. For Wesley's Mac, we have it opening. So we have it, yeah. So we have it as like an exe file for like Windows and whatever the Mac is for Mac. And then you run it as like an administrator on this, and then it'll open it. And then this is obviously all your. I'm good. How are you? You doing all right?
Oh, you're free?
Yeah. All right. So this would be the files that you can download into your exe the Mac
12.
equivalent.
12?
And for the Mac,
I see all hundreds. What the hell?
Yeah, except for this one.
Why? What?
So
This better be 100.
I haven't done yours.
all that good stuff.
Huh?
So you're gonna start playing and then this is where you will be able to.
Okay.
You're gonna be the last one.
All right. So we have a bunch of documents here. Some of these are added as I've been explaining to people, but I'm just gonna run the things now.
Plus the track specific classes. So if you look at the biomed,
This is the computer issue,
Okay.
not the program itself. But I have to explain that to everyone because like it takes a bit to launch. Landing page. First thing you see. All the menus we have for our program right now. This is the same layout as the PDF, the flowchart we have. All the arrows go the same way. Honestly, a pain in the ass to figure out these arrows. The hardest part for me.
Yeah.
Okay? But the thing I've done, obviously I had to make it interactive, right? So click on it. Tell me all the courses. Right? But like, there's also certain classes where like, for calculus, this specific example, you have engineering calculus and calculus too, right? Click on it, it'll show me both the options. I can see what class, like description, prerequisites, the type of class. I can see everything, right? Like same thing as before.
Don't you need to take this one if you're in the engineering?
No, you can take either or.
Really? I thought there were some slight changes in the class depending.
I'm not, because I transferred, I took calculus too, so I'm not really sure.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say, because I transferred in too, but my person told me, my advisor at my old school told me that if I was getting an engineering degree, I needed to take calculus with applied engineering, because it did like extra things.
No, I only did like calculus 1, 2, 3. I went to HCC here, and I only did calculus. Other thing we have is core electives. If I click on this box, pop up, it'll list all the core electives. I can again click on it, prerequisites, description, same thing as before. Last thing I'll show you on this page is track electives. I can filter basically by track. If I click track 1, just it'll only show track 1. I honestly needed to change where it said bioelectronics.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that.
It'll, again, for the labs, same thing. This is the only lab we have for bioelectronics. Next thing we have on our list is our planner. The most important part of the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And then in this
Requirements, graduation requirements, since there's no classes, obviously 0 of 128, 0 of elective credits taken, 0 of 43. What you can do, you can add your own semester, you can add your own courses like you're making your own planner, right? If I want to add Gen Chem 1, CHM 21st, I click add course, it'll give me, hey, you haven't taken any of the prerequisites, you need to take at least one. Like for example, I can show you, right? I can show you one thing, right? If I don't know, if I don't add it, add course. Let me find where my I think this is one of the requirements. Again, calculus 1 also has linear algebra as one of the requirements. If I go add semester, in the next semester, if I go Gen Chem 1, it won't pop up because one of the requirements I've taken already. Sorry, what? Well, let me move closer to it. Okay? For now, And then, oh, another thing I forgot. I can change the status. Like I can change this to mark as completed, in progress, it'll change to yellow. I can bring it back to green. I can also do remove from semester if I change my mind. I can remove it from the semester. For now, we're going to leave it like this, but we're going to come back, okay? Next thing I have is the course catalog. It'll list all the classes. Okay? This catalog basically, I physically went into a database, copy pasted everything from our website. What you can do here, you can search three main ways, right? You have your core subject, basically. Right? If you have chemistry, all of them are CHMs. If you have math or calculus, they're all like, I don't even need to. MAC, this shows up because it has MAC in it. It's not going to filter everything out. That's why I have another one which is filter by subject, but it'll list all the ones with MAC. I can also filter it just by code. If I go 442, two courses that has that code, right? I can also type the name of the entire class, which is just all the classes that has that name. He moved over and sit back down, so it's easier. The subject, I can again. If I go CHM, I can change it. I can filter it by type. If I go lab, all the 1 credits. This is 3 because this is considered like a lab. Sorry, you're good. And then I can also filter by credits. If I go 1, only 1 credit. Lab. 3 credit. I don't think there's any 2 credit classes in there.
Yeah.
That's it. Drop down. All the 3 credit classes. There's also 4 credit classes. Dr. Jung's class, engineering analysis, we all hate. That's it. Right? And then that's pretty much. Oh, one last thing in the course catalog. Let's say for some reason I want to take Jung again for this class, right? I can go back here. I can select the semester. I can add it to planner. Now I'll be honest. I don't know why it pops that error, but after that, it says it has been added to semester 1. Go back to planner. And then also it updates it here as soon as I add it. I'm going to remove it because I want to come back to this. I want to keep this clean. This is basic like questionnaire for pre-advising before you go into advising, right? Are you an upper division? If you're not an upper division, then you have to go to general advising instead of Dr. Yusuf. Is this your first semester as upper division or you already let's just say yes. Bunch of questionnaire, you fill out, export to PDF, send it to Dr. Yusuf, make an appointment. He can look at it, he's ready for your questions already. Right? Next thing we have resources. All of them work, there's a bunch of them. Honestly, don't know if scrolling works on this yet. But yeah, if I click the first link, bring me to the website. Simple. Next thing, the biggest part. The most important part. I'm gonna use, I don't know whose it is, it's just one of ours. I go, it won't show the name, but once I've uploaded, it found 35 courses in the transcript. Overall GPA that at the end it listed total credits you've taken. I don't know why, I didn't bother fixing it because it worked.
Hey, thank you.
Right.
Almost.
Don't lie to me. Okay, and then it will list all the courses. So let's say you've transferred, right? If I use someone's transfer, it'll say institution, it'll say that college is right? It'll say semester, everything. This is basically everything it pulls from your transcript. Now, the most important part is if I go back to my planner, it's all in there. It'll turn green on its own because it's already completed. If I scroll, yellow in progress. The way our unofficial transcript is set up, right? It'll say in progress classes. So it'll list here. Next thing you can, I'll just show you here. it updated already. It says you've met 35 or 43. So you need what? 8 more credits? 3 classes? These are all the classes that are counted. Now, another thing is, if I go add course, everything you've taken before, right? And then I can again, as I said before, add semester, add course. It's already removed, so I can add this class and I'll add it here. Now you can export to PDF. So if you want to see your PDF, right? I already have some PDFs. I've been showing a bunch of people around. I want to show you documentation. If I go, I just made these today. So if I go to, let's see which one do I want to go? Let's go plan one first. Spoilers, right? It'll list all of them in like a tabular format by semester. It's separating by semester: spring, summer, fall. Okay, if you keep scrolling, it says status completed. As soon as it's in progress class, it'll change in progress. Now, in this specific version where I showed someone else, I had these courses. I added those courses myself. It'll show plans, and because I added, remember it was 8 credits. I added 9, right?
Yeah.
Went over the limit.
Yeah.
There's no error. It doesn't warn you about anything because you already met the requirements.
Yeah.
But since you're under 128 credits, it says needs more total credits. So you have to take more classes. If it was under, it'll have another. It'll go need more elective credits. I can show that to you. Give me one second. I don't remember which one it is.
Oh yeah.
38 or 43.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what this one is, but it's the same one. But this one class plan. Oh, actually, let me go back to. There's another. There was another one. I think it's this one. This one. No, it's not this one. But let's say another feature that is there, kind of like if I remove the class, if I export it like this, there'll still be a header for spring 2026, but it'll say no courses. I can show it to you.
Wow, 10 out of 10.
I know.
That's right.
But yeah, that's
100 out of 10. I like that.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, this is great. This is great stuff right here. I actually really like yours, like a lot.
Yeah, yours is actually really good. I hope your group members were great.
What?
I hope your group members were fantastic.
Yeah, they were fantastic.
Yeah, I like the feature where you're able to like click on the track elective and then click your track and then see which classes there are. Because I feel like that was the hardest thing for me when trying to figure out when classes were being. Now, my only question is here, when you come here, like, can you pick the track for like power?
Is it track 2 now? The track 3, yeah.
Okay. So like electric machines and drives. So when you click it there, it tells you when it's available. Because I know for a fact that one's only available in fall.
For now, I don't have it set up like that because that would have been too much just to go into database. Because I added like 90 courses.
Yeah, because my issue was, for example, I planned out my graduation plan, and then I go to sign up for classes, and then I find out that this class is only available in the fall.
That's one of the next things I was going to add. But
Power delivery systems is only available in the spring, and it's like, wow, okay, now I have to change my whole entire plan because those classes aren't offered.
I honestly, I would have added that, but it just gets too complicated in the code where I try adding something, something else will break. Try adding something, so I kind of like wanted to keep what works for now. In the future,
Gotcha.
if I'm getting paid, I'll do it.
Yeah. But yeah,
for the
it looks pretty good.
Appreciate that.
Okay.
Number 1.
Can I have this back?
I think that's it, right? Are we?
Yeah, just really strong damages.